Hello warriors, welcome to the U movement. I am B, and Spirit directed me to come on and do a nice little top 11 list for you if you are going through a particular dark time right now. And I have done recent videos talking about how we are moving into the next wave of awakening, and so a lot of people might be sitting in energies that are overwhelming, depressing, uncomfortable, scary. A lot of stuff could be coming up. So I wanted to share with you my top 11 tools, otherwise known as my in case of emergency break glass list. So when things start to feel like, I can't take it, these are some tools and techniques that you can use to help guide you through dark night of the soul, ego death, and some of the darker sides of a spiritual awakening. So number one is breathe. It sounds pretty simple, but when you're in a state of anxiety and panic, breathing becomes shallower. And so when we focus all of our attention onto our breath, and the one type of, there's actually two types of breathing that I have utilized throughout my awakening. One is what I call an expansion breath, to just breathe in as deeply as you can possibly go, getting your belly full, your chest full, and then slowly releasing as much as you can possibly go. So it's like you're filling yourself with air, and then you're letting yourself be completely rid of all of your air, and do that as long and as much as needed. The other breathing technique that I have used a lot in my awakening is the box breath, which is to do a 4-count inhale, a 4-count hold at the top, a 4-count exhale, and a 4-count hold at the bottom. Your mind will spin out, and that's okay. You're just bring yourself back to counting as much. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And just keep repeating that in your mind and bringing yourself back. If you want to use a timer to just say, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to just breathe. Or if you're feeling very overwhelmed with stuff, just that's, often there have been stretches in my awakening where I have been bedridden and I've been unable to do anything except lie there and breathe. So numero uno is breathe. Get as much oxygen into you as low and as deeply as you can. Soften your belly and expand your belly as much as you can first, and then your chest second. And on the exhale, closing down the chest and closing down the belly, and then filling it all back up again. This is a necessary tool that you will need to use on your awakening journey. The next tool that I have used is setting a timer for 25 minutes and allowing. One of the reasons why it's so difficult is because we go into resistance and we don't want to feel the feels that we're feeling. And we've spent our whole lives using any number of coping techniques to not feel the feelings. And so when we allow ourselves to feel the feelings, allow ourselves to feel the grief, to feel the anxiety, to feel the panic, to feel the overwhelm, to feel the confusion, set a timer and say, for the next 25 minutes, I'm going to allow myself to feel whatever comes up. And I am going to just let it happen. And it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be comfortable, but in the allowing, you are letting whatever is trying to move through you get out of you, release out of you, because all of this stuff that's inside of us is bubbling up. And I did a video the other day that I highly recommend that you watch. I'll put a link to that on the end if stuff is starting to come up for you, so you can understand the processes of what is going on. So set that timer, 25 minutes, and for the next 25 minutes, I'm just going to allow. I'm going to allow the tears. I'm going to allow the screaming. I'm going to allow the messy and the uncomfortable. I'm just going to allow, and I'm going to understand that this is the process of release This is how I'm going to let this shit out, get it out. So 25 minutes, allow yourself to feel the feels. Number 3, necessary tool in my in case of emergency break glass list has been cold showers. This was recommended to me by my trauma counselor because this last year has been very difficult, and breaking free of a trauma bond has been exceptionally challenging. A lot of anxiety, a lot of panic, because the chemicals in your brain have all been hardwired for a cycle of abuse that you're trying to break free of. And so your nervous system has been deeply affected. And so if you, like me, are going through breaking of cycles in your spiritual awakening, and I believe a lot of people have to go through an initiation of sorts to break through from these types of relationships, these toxic and narcissistic relationships, cold showers daily, cold showers. Stand in that cold shower for 90 seconds at least. And I'll be standing in it going 1, 2, 3, screaming, and just letting the cold water come, hit the back of your head all the way down your spine. Just let it cool the vagus nerve, and that vagus nerve will reset. You'll feel it at about the 60 to 90 second mark. All of a sudden your body will go, and it will relax. So if you're experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of panic, a lot of fear, these types of emotions on your awakening, cold showers. At the very end of your cold shower, you can bring it up to a nice warm, which then resets and sends out the a chemical of dopamine in the brain. So first, we're shutting off cortisol so that we're not in that high-strung state. And then we're giving ourselves soothing energy with the warm water after you feel the release. Number 4, I've done a lot of videos, and I even have a playlist for grounding. Get outside and get grounding. Sit on the grass, lie on the grass, sit by a tree, go for a walk, get grounding sheets, get crystals, hematite, put them in your pocket. I have a necklace that has hematite in the back and rose quartz in the front. So at one stage, I was wearing hematite anklets that I made myself that felt like wearing downhill ski boots. They are so heavy because hematite is a heavier stone. Put rocks in your pockets if you need to, and if you're struggling through this. I have a bowl full of crystals in bed with me. Ground, and ground some more. Think of yourself as, especially if you're having a kundalini, live wire of energy flowing through you, and in your home there's a grounding wire. So we are an energetic being. We need to ground the energy as much as you possibly can. Number 5, mantra. Using mantra is so vitally important and useful for you while you are in the worst of the worst. Whatever dark stuff is coming up, we're clearing out, we're going into the dark, we're doing inner child work. Maybe you're experiencing emotional flashbacks if you have a lot of trauma. So use mantra. And the top 3 mantras that I've used throughout my awakening is, this too shall pass. I had that written and put on my wall and repeat it sometimes daily, thousands of times. The second one is, it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. Okay, so fill that one in with, if you're feeling fear, it's okay to feel fear. It's okay to feel grief. It's okay to feel terror. It's okay. This too shall pass. And the third one is, you are safe. Oftentimes when you're going through a kundalini, a spiritual awakening, you're in spiritual crisis, it may feel confusing. It may feel like you're going insane. It may feel like you think you're dying. You may have all kinds of stuff, because as this stuff is clearing out, it is disintegrating your ego and breaking down your ego, and your ego feels threatened. And when your ego feels threatened through the process of ego death, it does not feel safe. So remind yourself in those moments where you are experiencing confusion, you are experiencing any fears, panics, any of the above, You are safe. Write it on a piece of paper, put it on your wall beside your bed so that you can remind yourself you are safe. Number 6 is prayer. I have done a lot of prayer through this spiritual awakening. You need to connect to higher source at times to help see you through. So that can be whoever it is for you. God, the creator, source, the universe. Pray to the angels if that's your thing. If you have higher guides that you want to connect to, pray, please give me guidance, help see me through this next day, get me through I don't know what you want from me, help get me through. Pray and connect to higher energies to assist you on your spiritual awakening, especially when you're going through darker things. And it can get dark. That's why it's called Dark Night of the Soul. It's not called that because it's easy. It's very challenging. You will be facing things that you have not wanted to face your whole life. You will be facing things on the spiritual realm, the physical realm, the emotional realm, the mental realm. All of it is up for grabs when it comes to your awakening, because all the mistruths are being removed from you and all the new truths are coming into you, and it is overwhelming to have all of your reality collapse around you. So, prayer. Number 7, sage and clearing your energetic area, the environment in which you're around. Get yourself some white sage and do some clearing, and you don't need to do any big fancy things. You can just say, I clear this space, I clear the energy, I clear. Set the intention of clearing. If you don't have access to sage, get yourself from sacred incense, not perfumed incense, but sacred incense, and you can burn that as well, because it vibrates at a higher frequency, so it's going to clear out any energies in your space. If you don't have access to incense, then get yourself some aromatherapies. My top 3 choices for aromatherapies are lavender to help soothe, frankincense to keep yourself in a higher vibration, and or rose oil for comforting. So those are the 3 incenses that aromatherapies that I use routinely. Again, that's lavender, frankincense, or rose. You could also, depending on where you're at in your spiritual awakening, get grounding senses. So, sandalwood, things that are like earthy in flavor will help you feel grounded. Number 8 is using the power of your own vibration. So we talk about high vibes and raising the vibration. Well, we can make our own vibrations. We have the capacity to do that by humming. So as the humming actually tickles that vagus nerve and helps it relax. So it's going to move out of the dorsal vagal and move into the parasympathetic, relax, digest state of being. So humming is a great tool. If you also want to try chanting, there's lots of chants that you can try that are sacred chants with certain sentences, or you can even do seed chants for each chakra, which is yam, lam, yam, all of those ones. And get into the practice of vocalization. Sing if you sing in the shower, sing wherever you can, whether you know the words or whether you're on tune, it doesn't really matter. The point is you're making vibration in your body, which will help assist the Kundalini move and clear the energies out of you. Number 9, fast. If your body, and you are getting more and more in tune with your body along this awakening process, so you're getting into the habit of listening to your body, oftentimes your body won't be hungry. And pay attention to that. Let go of those old ideas that I need to eat 3 square meals a day or I'm not going to be healthy. When you're going through spiritual awakening, oftentimes your body is saying to you, I'm not hungry, because what it wants to do is it wants to fast. And it wants to fast because you can't do 2 things at once. You can't be digesting food and clearing out energy at the same time. So assist the energy by giving yourself lots and lots of hydration, lots of water, lots of herbal teas, lots of lemons and limes in your water to help the energy move the way through it, and don't slow it down by eating. On the other side of that, listen to your body, because if you're too much energy is going, you might need grounding foods. Listen to your body. Your body might be going through a phase where it's craving root vegetables and craving things that are going to help, meats and stuff, heavier foods. So be aware that you will fluctuate on a spiritual awakening between periods of your body not wanting heavy things in its system so that it can clear, and other times wanting heavier foods in its system so that it can ground. And just listen to your body. And it's okay if you go a day, 2, 3 days of fasting, drinking water, and then you move into, oh, I'm ravenous, I'm so hungry, I want a big steak and potatoes and carrots. So listen to your body. Number 10, affirmations. I find affirmations to be exceptionally useful, especially if you're doing inner child work. However, I don't subscribe to necessarily listening to affirmations that are of the I am, because when we're doing inner child work, we want to affirm and soothe and comfort the inner child. So try making a recording for yourself, speaking to your inner child using you are. You are safe. You are okay. It's okay to feel. It's okay to be frightened. You've got this. You are doing good. You know, whatever it is, make yourself a little recording, and using the you are form of affirmations will help communicate to the inner child when inner child wounds are presenting. And number 11 is to remind yourself you are going through an awakening. This is hard work. This is warrior work. So when we remind ourselves, and that's like remind, because the mind is starting to disintegrate, the ego aspect is starting to disintegrate. I apologize for the barking. What is happening is you can be in a state of extreme confusion. So watch my videos on Dark Night of the Soul, or watch Christina Lope's videos on Dark Night of the Soul to remind yourself you are awakening. You are awakening. That reminder will help you when you're in a state of panic and I don't know what's happening, what's going on. So those are 11 of my top in case of emergency break glass list. And if you have other tools and techniques that you use and you want to share with the warriors, please put your comments below. It might be very useful for somebody who's going through a difficult time right now. If you need help through the Dark Night of the Soul phase of your awakening and you want to book with me, please feel free to reach out. The way to do that is emailing me, justbebeing@gmail.com. That's just be, the letter B, being @gmail.com, or you can get in touch with me via Facebook Messenger at @BeFreedom is my handle, and we can set up a one-on-one Zoom call so that we can discuss some of the issues that you might be facing. If you want to join the Spiritual Warrior Support Group, the way to do that is in the description below. And I want to give thanks for all of the people that are helping promote the channel by sharing it out amongst your own communities so that the word can get out for others that might be going through particularly dark times right now. If you are seeing people starting to go into healing crisis, if you are seeing people starting to go into like severe depression and anxiety and other breakdowns in their 3D world of their life seemingly collapsing around them, they may be entering their own spiritual awakening. And so the more we spread the word so that people don't feel so alone and isolated in this process, the more help that we can provide. So thank you, and thank you for all of the shares that go out to your communities to spread the word that they are not alone and there is help available for them. Thank you for all of the likes and the comments and the donations and everything else. I really greatly appreciate it. It is my hope that the You Movement will be able to assist a lot of people as they go through this dark period of awakening. Consciousness shifting is not easy. It is not a light, fluffy process. It is dark and difficult, and it's okay whatever stage that you're in, and it's okay, whatever you are feeling. You are not alone. Those are my messages tonight. Peace out.